Why guardian dogs walk away from goats. If you've ever watched a livestock guardian dog turn away from a goat, walk off after being bumped, or calmly leave instead of correcting the animal, it can feel wrong. People expect reaction, they expect control, they expect dominance, so when a guardian dog simply walks away, people assume something's broken. They say things like, "This dog is too soft, he's being lazy, he's letting the goats push him around." A real guardian wouldn't allow that. But here's the truth most people don't understand. When a guardian dog walks away from a goat, it's usually doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And in many cases, walking away is not avoidance. It's the highest form of livestock protection behavior. To understand why, we have to unlearn almost everything we've been taught about dogs. Most people are trained to think in pet dog logic. Pet dogs are expected to obey commands, respond immediately, correct behavior, seek approval, and stay engaged. Livestock guardian dogs are built for something completely different. They're not trained to control livestock, they're trained to live with them. And that difference changes everything. A guardian dog's job is not to dominate goats. It's not to discipline them. It's not even to manage their behavior. A guardian dog's job is to preserve stability inside the herd, and stability doesn't come from force, it comes from predictability. Let's talk about goats for a moment. Goats are curious. They test boundaries. They bump, climb, push, and investigate. None of this is aggression. It's how goats communicate and explore. When a goat bumps into a guardian dog, it's rarely a challenge. It's usually curiosity, social testing, or spatial confusion. And here's the key part. The goat is not trying to dominate the dog, but when humans see it, they project human ideas onto the moment. They think, if that were my dog, I'd correct that. If that were a working dog, it would assert dominance. But livestock guardian dogs aren't operating on ego. They're operating on energy economics. A guardian dog has to make thousands of decisions every day. Where to stand, where to lie, what to watch, what to ignore, what deserves energy and what doesn't. Because if a guardian dog reacts to everything, it becomes exhausted, unpredictable, and ineffective. Walking away is how the dog says, "This is not worth my attention. This does not threaten the herd. This does not require escalation." That restraint is intentional. Here's something most people never realize. Every time a guardian dog reacts unnecessarily, it teaches the livestock to fear it. And fear destroys the entire guardian system. A fearful herd spreads. It runs, it panics, it becomes vulnerable. Predators don't attack calm herds. They attack chaos. So guardian dogs are selected over generations to be emotionally neutral in situations that would trigger other dogs. Walking away is how neutrality is maintained. This is why dominance frameworks fail with guardian dogs. Dominance creates tension. Tension creates instability. And instability attracts predators. A guardian dog that constantly corrects goats is actually weakening the system, not strengthening it. Now let's talk about walking away specifically. When a guardian dog walks away from a goat, one of several things is usually happening. This dog has assessed that the goat's behavior is meaningless. The dog is preventing escalation. The dog is maintaining spatial balance. The dog is preserving calm. Or the dog is repositioning to a more valuable observation point. In other words, the dog is thinking strategically, not emotionally. This behavior is especially common in experienced guardian dogs. Young dogs are more reactive. They bark more, they chase more, they correct more. But as guardian dogs mature, something changes. They learn what matters, and more importantly, they learn what doesn't matter. A mature guardian dog understands that goats bumping, stepping, or crowding is not a threat. So it removes itself from the situation rather than escalating it. Now let's address a common misunderstanding. People think walking away means the dog is submissive. That's wrong. Submissive animals avoid confrontation because they are unsure. Guardian dogs walk away because they're confident. Confidence doesn't need to prove itself. Confidence doesn't need to correct every interaction. Confidence chooses silence when noise is unnecessary. In fact, one of the most reliable signs of a well-bonded guardian dog is how little it reacts. If a dog is constantly moving, correcting, barking at livestock, or inserting itself into every interaction, it usually means the dog hasn't fully bonded. The dog is insecure. The dog hasn't learned the herd's rhythm yet. Walking away often means the dog understands the rhythm perfectly. There's another reason guardian dogs walk away that almost no one talks about. Guardian dogs are territorial first, social second. Their primary awareness is outward, not inward. They care far more about what's happening at the perimeter than what's happening inside the herd. So when a goat does something minor, the dog disengages so it can return to scanning the environment. It's reallocating attention, not avoiding responsibility. This is why you'll often see guardian dogs lying slightly away from the herd, facing outward. They're not disengaged, they're on watch. Walking away from goats is often just repositioning into a better defensive posture. Let's compare this to herding dogs for a moment. Herding dogs are bred to control movement, apply pressure, correct behavior, and stay highly engaged. Guardian dogs are bred to absorb pressure, remain neutral, avoid unnecessary action, and preserve calm. Trying to make a guardian dog behave like a herding dog breaks its purpose. Now here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. A guardian dog that dominates livestock is a liability, not an asset. Dominant dogs create stress patterns. Stress patterns create weak points. Weak points attract predators. The most effective guardian dog looks boring to humans. They lie down. They walk away. They ignore nonsense. They save action for moments that matter.